Right? Anybody not have this? So today I just want to talk to you about conclusion for a minute. So lower computer screens. Okay, this is very big because I revisited the whole idea of conclusion and I'm going to change what I told you. You do need to outline your conclusion. Okay? So you need to put that on the outline, and if you outline it well, then it'll make writing the conclusion really good. Okay, so there's three purposes to your conclusion. First purpose, you're following along right here. You should rephrase your thesis, okay? So look at this box, Reagan, look at the top box here. That's my thesis from the introduction. I just put it there because I wanted you to see what a paraphrased thesis looks like. So paraphrased is what you want to start your conclusion with. I do not want anybody cutting your thesis from the top, copying from the top, and then putting it into your conclusion. You'll lose points for that. You need to paraphrase. So here's my paraphrase. In summary, there are numerous arguments that demonstrate the clear need for the U.S. to build a physical wall on its southern border with Mexico. And I've underlined key words that I kept from my thesis. Okay? So the ones that are underlined in the thesis, U.S., physical wall, border, Mexico. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you're going to summarize each of your confirmation points, and you're going to do a sentence for each. So each confirmation point is a topic. So if you notice the squiggle lines, those are keywords I'm taking from the thesis. So 3 sentences. First confirmation point summarized. Both the Constitution and current political leaders agree that the federal government is responsible for keeping U.S. borders safe. So I took some key words. Second confirmation, history shows that the Berlin Wall was effective in controlling immigration, and in recent history, countries like Israel and Spain have shown the positive results from building a physical wall to discourage illegal immigration. And then third, so I'm just re-summarizing, without a wall, illegal immigrants flood the border and are costly to American taxpayers.
So it's like pretty much extending your thesis, but with like a whole sentence.
But you're summarizing. You're not just listing them. You're kind of giving some additional information that came from your paragraph. So we're up to 4 sentences now. Finally, you're going to end by explaining the significance to the reader. Why should somebody care about building a border wall? Now, you could have 1 summary sentence, but more likely you're going to have 2 or 3. So here's mine. Safe borders are essential to a safe country. Illegal immigration shows a lack of respect for the U.S. and the legal processes put in place. Only a physical wall can ensure the safety of the U.S. southern border with Mexico. Only a physical wall can deter illegal immigrants. Only a physical wall can protect American lives and prevent tragedies like the murder of Molly Tippins. Okay, what did I do with that last sentence?
You reflected back to your opening fact.
That's the best kind of conclusion, when you can refer back to your intro. I'm not going to require that, okay? But if you do that, that's kind of like a home run with mini thesis. So, and I did a little bit of repetition, that ANAFRA, only a physical wall, only a physical wall. So why should you care? Because building a wall is going to keep you safe. That's my basic message. Huck.
Okay, so you said you don't necessarily have to reflect back, but it's really good to.
It's really nice too, yeah.
Okay.
Okay? And then if you look on the back, this is like I took all those sentences together, and this is just a sample. And if you'll see, it's a half page. Your conclusion should not be more than a half page. And how many sentences do you need to have minimum in a paragraph, Jack? 5. Okay, so you should have at least 5. Paraphrase thesis, 1 sentence for each confirmation point. Significance. Huh.
2 questions for like the class's sake. I mean, I know I've asked this, but how many pages is it supposed to be? Like the overall?
We're gonna say, I think though somewhere it said 4 to 8. Most of you are gonna hit 5, okay? But you have to have a minimum of 4.
Also, what is it, you said you would talk about this today, but what is the deal with like percentages?
Percentages, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna talk, I've decided to put this off until we do edits, but in a paper that is not a science paper, like it's a humanities paper, here's how you're gonna do percentages. You're gonna do the Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to check, I forgot. It's a mixed.
For
There's one way you do it for science and math paper, there's another way you do it for humanities, and right now, I'm just having a little bleep, I can't remember. So don't worry about it. We've got these steps, like starting Monday, we're gonna go through and we're gonna focus on different editing things, and numbers is gonna be one of them, okay? So I'm sorry I don't remember that off the top of my
It's
head.
okay.
Okay, so remember your outline, you need to have your refutations outlined and your conclusion, that's the part I'm gonna be looking at. And today, you're outlining your conclusion, and you should be writing it, and tomorrow, we'll have some type of editing exercise to do, but you will be able to work in class, and this is gonna be due by 8 o'clock on Friday morning. The other thing I'll tell you is I've got the rubric available, but I also have it on Google Classroom. So unless you want a hard copy, just look at it on Google Classroom. It's worth 55 points, and it's under the refutation, 2 refutation paragraphs in conclusion, that assignment that's due on Friday, that's where I posted it. Okay, Davis?
Do you want us to write our refutation and conclusion on a different document?
Well, let's talk about this now. I was gonna talk about it tomorrow, but you guys have a document that's empty entire. That's where I would envision you're writing your entire mini thesis, but what I want you to do to turn in on Friday is a document that's empty refutation, okay? So whatever you put in empty entire, you're gonna take the refutation and the conclusion and drop it in this and attach it, okay? Does that make sense? So if you wanna go ahead and do that, that's fine. I will be reminding you guys tomorrow to do that. Any overall questions? Huh.
Is the editing thing tomorrow extra credit?
Yeah, it's probably not gonna be as generous. I've given 2 really generous ones, but I'll probably give some extra credit, okay? Let me ask you this, has it been helpful to you guys to get editing feedback from peers? I mean, some of you give really good editing feedback, but if I hear that, then I'll have something available, it'll be optional, and you'll get some extra credit. Okay,